Good evening and welcome to our live discussion. I'm Nadine Spence. Tonight we explore the issue of organized crime in the fisheries sector and the challenges it poses to the economy, food security and the environment. To navigate those waters, we're joined by Dr. Gavin Bellamy, who is the CEO of the National Fisheries Authority, and Jamaro Marville, UNDP Blue Resilience Project Program Analyst for the Social Resilience Portfolio. That was a mouthful, Jamaro, but I'm not going to start with you. I'm going to start with Dr. Bellamy. And Dr. Bellamy, I'm reading, the information prepared for me here, and it says Jamaica suffers $200 million from illegal fishing.
That is only from estimate from only one fishing vessel being in our waters at any one time.
So when one fishing vessel is removing fish from our waters illegally,
they can have up to $200 million worth of fishery products in a couple of days. This is an estimate. When they come, the poachers come with in excess of 50 persons on each vessel fishing. So they fish for everything, the high value products like conch, lobster, sea cucumber. They take turtles, etc., which is illegal, even sharks, when they're here poaching.
Jamaro, this idea that there is a kind of justice that is particular to this situation, you're talking about, I'm seeing it, blue justice, what does that mean and how does that relate to this particular issue?
Well, when we think about fisheries crime, first of all, it's not a topic that we really discuss, especially when we look at the value chain towards a country's economy. So first of all, thank you so much for being able to shed light on this situation. But understanding that fisheries crime is a very complex, it's not just as it relates to illegal fisheries, but it can also be directly linked to human trafficking, smuggling, even forgery. So it is a very complex and a unique kind of crime to which UNDP, in collaboration with the government of Jamaica, we're really trying to tackle and see if we can reduce and mitigate these instances happening within not only Jamaican waters, but within the region.
So how do we identify what countries might be engaged in this poaching of fish in Jamaican waters?
Well, in our EEZ, exclusive economic zone, our waters around Jamaica, our Coast Guard is our defense. They patrol these areas and they have had encounters. They have arrested vessels, taken vessels that are out there fishing illegally and brought them in. So we know the perpetrators, we know the regular culprits who come and poach our waters.
And who are the regular ones, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, the last vessel that we had, it came from Honduras.
Is it CARICOM?
It's neighboring states.
Yeah.
Both to the left and right of us, neighboring states will come and poach our waters. Our EEZ is approximately 24 times larger than our land. So we have a whole large fishery area where other vessels from other countries come in and poach our fishery products.
How do we then, Jamaro, how do we create the kind of linkages with countries that are close to us? Mm-hmm. Dr. Bellamy spoke about that just now.
So essentially, and this is what the Blue Justice Initiative speaks to. The Blue Justice Initiative is something coming out of, it was started by the government of Norway, and then by extension we have the Blue Resilience Project, which is UNDP led, UNDP Norway. And what it really looks to do is to foster cooperation, interagency cooperation, and strengthen governments as it relates to understanding, sensitization, and also being able to manage and mitigate these instances of crime. So what has happened is that through their technical expertise, they have been able to develop what is known as the Blue Hub Community, which is a secure online platform to which the ministry, the government of Jamaica, and then by extension, those signatories would be able to utilize to be able to manage these instances.
I mean, you want to say something, I see you looking like you want to jump in, so jump in.
First of all, Jamaica signed the Copenhagen Declaration in October 2021.
Correct.
And then in 2022, we signed the multi-agency mechanism. This is a part of our quest to collaborate with other agencies. So agencies like the Jamaica Defense Force, Jamaica Constabulary Force, PICA, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Labor.
So it's really a multi-agency?
A multi-agency mechanism. That's what we had, an MOU. And this multi-agency mechanism allows us to work together to combat this organized crime in the fisheries sector. You have what they call IUU, illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing. Now that we fight against. But the transnational organized crime is a part of that, or IUU fishing is the gateway to transnational organized crime. Because when you have IUU fishing, people come in and poach it. It destroys the habitat. It destroys the ecology of the coastline. It makes fishing less profitable for the legal fishers. And these persons are pushed into crime, or they are encouraged to go into crime because they can then fund their families, because the fishing stock has been reduced by the illegal fishing. So this is what we are trying our best to collaborate, to minimize this, to fight against it. So as Jamaro said, through the Blue Justice Initiative, we have access to the control center and the monitoring center in Norway, where we get analytics and we get vessel tracking of vessels in our territorial and our EEZ waters. So we are able to combat, we are able to have a better response to these illegal persons in our waters. So this is really a collaboration. And I must say that Jamaica will be the first regional hub through the Blue Resilience Project.
What are the immediate activities? I know you just listed some of them, but what are the immediate activities that you think will, if it has been kicked off already, or what has happened if it has?
Right. So as Dot mentioned, we had our launch last year, which we had the that signing of the multi-agency mechanism. And what we're looking to do now through the respective connections that the government of Jamaica have is to have those conversations with our neighboring territories, to have them, those who are already signatories to the Copenhagen Declaration, also to have them come on board to be a part of this hub. Because really and truly, while it is that Jamaica, we can only do so much. We really need the other territories to really come on board so that we can really make a positive impact within what we're trying to do regarding fisheries crime, and then of course building a more resilient, a more fair, a more valuable blue economy within Jamaica, and then by extension the international community.
What do you expect now from the other agencies that have signed on, in terms of what should their action be, in terms of the, I was going to say rubber meets the road, like the boat bottom meets the, I don't know. What are they going to do physically?
This multi-agency mechanism is to facilitate cooperation, that we don't work in silos, because each of these agencies are doing things to protect our country, protect our economy. But what we need to do is work together. When there's an issue with a boat out there, illegal fishing, when it comes in, it has children on board. So this is where Ministry of Labor, PICA gets.
You mean it has children from the
other countries, child labor. You have persons forced to work on these vessels. So you need PICA at that time. You need Ministry of Labor to determine this, the Coast Guard to do the interdiction, the Marine Police to do the charging of these people, Ministry of Foreign Affairs to communicate with the foreign country where this vessel is from. So it's to allow us to work together in a more harmonious fashion, that we get efficiencies. And this is what we found this to be so helpful, that we reached out to the Blue Resilience Project, and Jamaica initiated the conversation to become a regional hub, that we don't just work by ourselves, not a silo that Jamaica is trying to combat IUU and organized crime in the Caribbean, but we're getting our Caribbean neighbors to join with us in this regional hub. So Jamaica is the first regional hub, and the UNDP and Blue Resilience Project is going to use this to propagate this around the world. It's an idea from Jamaica, but it is beneficial, and we'll see this being done around the world so that other regions can stem this crime. Because IUU and organized crime, IUU in the world is estimated to cost about $20 billion annually. That's the value of IUU.
It has a potential to be hurtful to the country's economy, and as
the
well,
fishers.
The fishers.
It makes them poorer because they have to go further to catch the same, so they use more gas, more time. And the value of the fish goes down because of these illegal activities.
And the impact on the sea.
And the environment, and the habitat, everything is really damaged.
Yeah, Jamaro.
And I mean, really and truly, the government of Jamaica, when it is that they came to UNDP regarding wanting to be a part of this initiative, it made our job 10 times easier. Because as you know, UNDP, we're really here to kind of partner with the government of Jamaica as relates to aligning and achieving these 17 SDG goals that have been established by the UN. And through the global network that has been established, we operate in 170 countries. It was very easy for us because Norway already had a framework in terms of what they had been implementing. It was easy for us through our global network to reach out to our colleagues in Norway to see how and in what ways we can adapt this platform into the Jamaican landscape and by extension the region. And I also want to point out as well that sometimes when it is that we're thinking about these issues that we are experiencing from a local context, and you know the notion of innovation is very topical within this space. Sometimes when we think about innovation, we don't necessarily have to think about a new idea, brainstorming a new idea, but rather we can look and see what other territories are doing and seeing those best practices that have been established and how we can adopt them within our respective areas. So, I mean, this is a perfect example of how partnership of UNDP and the government of Jamaica has been really impactful.
Thank you both gentlemen for being very clear about what this is about, and I look forward to hearing much more about this project and hearing that illegal fishing is, if not completely eliminated, at least significantly reduced. Thank you both.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.